The opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of this program are not the opinions of the management, staff, and advertisers of this station. Please direct all criticism, concern, and adulation to the hosts of this program.
Welcome to Alabama Politics. This week I am Dale Jackson. I'm a radio talk show host, and you can hear my show 5 to 9 a.m. on WVNN in North Alabama. You can watch my videos every single day at YellowhammerNews.com. With me, as always, Mecca Music. She is the CEO of 256today.com. Smart news for smart people. Smart enough not to get rid of the old white guy and keep the same logo we have. So we don't got anything to worry about with protests or anything like that. It was Cracker Barrel, Taylor Swift. I went with Cracker Barrel instead. Man.
We could have done Cracker Barrel.
That was Cracker Barrel.
Oh, I know.
Keep the old white guy, keep the logo the same.
I know. Actually, and I have to say, the original logo, it's a little busy for me.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, maybe we'll look at it, take a look at it. But we're not going to change it because it's legendary and people love it. We got a lot to get into today. Derek Chen will be with us. He is running for state auditor, His Excellency, the counter of desks. He wants to have that job. Well, we'll talk to him about that. We've got a party shot coming up about this Minnesota shooting. I actually have an idea. I'm not just saying crazy things like a lot of politicians right now are ripping on people for praying. We'll talk about that during the party shot. But right now, let's go ahead and get to the 2-minute warning. All right, Mecca, there were local elections, and some people might say they're boring and that nobody cares about them, and why would we pay attention to them? But those people are wrong. It's very exciting. We should pay attention to them. One of the things that happened across the state of Alabama, we have a lot of new mayors. Cities going in different directions, and one big one staying in exactly the same place. Now, let's start with the big one here first, Mecca. In Birmingham, Randall Woodfin, a guy who has accomplished nothing except wear nice shoes and get in magazines. That guy has done not a single good thing. He has lost population. He has lost businesses. He has lost prestige. The Magic City is sort of like the city at this point. Yet he remains 65% or so. He gets reelected. My friend Wandling Devan, like 4%. What happened here? I didn't think Wandling was going to win, but this is a dead nation.
Okay, no, but you mentioned all these things about why you don't like Mayor Woodfin, right? Mm-hmm. And you've got a long list.
They're just mostly personal attacks, actually.
I noticed that. I did notice that. But if you look at the numbers, that is an enormous endorsement on his office and his administration and what he's doing.
Let me offer up another alternate opinion. If you drive all the smart people out, you can get a larger portion of a bunch of really stupid people who will vote for you.
Obviously, his voters like him.
Yeah,
okay,
we're saying the same thing.
Okay,
we're saying exactly the same thing. Also, let's talk about some of these other races. In Decatur, you have a new mayor.
New mayor. We've got a lot of new mayors across the state,
in Madison,
and it's very exciting. New mayor.
In Mobile, you're going to have a new mayor. They thought Barbara Drummond was going to run away with that thing in Mobile.
It's wild.
Now it's really close. She's going to lose that race. She's going to lose that race. There's a runoff, and she was supposed to be like the face there. And I think, talking to Jeff Poore, who's down there, you basically have two Mobiles kind of fighting against each other. And she represents one, and she wasn't able to pull it off. Way less than 50%. She's in trouble.
Okay, but also we were talking about, or you maybe sarcastically were talking about how exciting it is, these municipal elections, and they are exciting. In Guntersville, there is currently a 1-vote difference between the incumbent mayor and the challenger, and they're doing the provisional ballots and stuff. So it is exciting, and your vote absolutely matters in these elections.
Yeah, if you're paying attention and you care about that kind of stuff, get out there and vote. Too late, though, now. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the National Guard here for a second. Here's how you know Randall Woodfin's doing a great job. The incoming governor-elect, national championship winning head coach, United States Senator Tommy Tuberville, that guy's talking about sending the National Guard into the city. That's how you know your city's in great shape. He's also talking about sending them into Montgomery. Now, Woodfin's smart enough not to take the bait.
Right.
Stephen Reed's like, hey, this is a great city, everything wonderful. Yeah, that's great, but why is it great right now? Oh, because they have a task force that's gone in there. Now, there's some whispering that task force is already operating in Birmingham, but they're keeping it quiet because it would be bad for Randall Woodfin politically, which is interesting. I think I said something about intelligence of voters and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, the National Guard could be summoned, not by Donald Trump, but by Kay Ivey. But none of these Republican governors want to come.
Or Tuberville.
Well, Kay Ivey's governor right now.
Right.
But Tuberville says he'll do it. But it could be done now. And they could do it. They could summon him as proof of concept. Plus you have all this other stuff going on. You'll notice none of these Republican governors want to do it either. Like the Democrats are resisting in their states. But none of the Republican governors are jumping on board. Birmingham's dangerous. Memphis is dangerous. But neither state's Republican governor wants any part of that. Why not?
That was my question for you. Yeah. And further than that, do you think it's actually going to happen?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so. I mean, Tuberville might do it, but Kay Ivey's not going to do it.
Well, no, I don't mean Ivey.
Yeah. And so I don't think that's the case. And the other governors are going to resist Donald Trump trying to do anything. This thing's overblown. Now, Tuberville's right. If he's the governor, he can summon the National Guard. No question about that. But Trump's not sending the National Guard into Chicago or New York or anywhere else. He's going to send FBI agents, DEI agents, forestry agents. He's
like a task force.
Yeah, the IRS, a bunch of those guys have guns apparently. Send those guys in. You can bring in a bunch of different federal entities in and put pressure on this. You're not going to see the National Guard get summoned right now. And a lot of people at the National Guard right now in D.C., crime's down 38%. And they're complaining now. First, they were complaining that the first complaint was that the National Guard wasn't needed. Then it was the National Guard's not in the really, really bad areas. Now it's, there are members of the National Guard picking up trash. That's the thing they're complaining about. I was in the military for a very long time, and I picked up a lot of trash. We did that all the time. It's a good deed. Yeah. So more of this. This show of force is a good idea. Tuberville should absolutely do it in Birmingham and Montgomery. And if they don't want it, well, you got about a year to get it together. That's all you got to do is not suck. That's all you got to do, and it could happen. Let's move on. Let's talk about some other people sucking. How about those people who stand up at town halls and scream, shame, shame, and they yell while the person is trying to speak? This has basically been what's been happening after these Republican town halls, and nobody should do them. I mean, that's as simple as I can put this. If you're a Republican member of Congress, and Mecca, I think I've been saying this for quite some time, stop doing these things because your constituents are not coming to that town hall. They're just not going to go. Who's going to show up? Indivisible and other unemployed people. People my mom's age who will probably forget to vote on election day. And those are the people that are going to show up. You're not going to have a bunch of people who want to have a conversation with you. They just want to scream at you. And that's exactly what happened with Barry Moore. I spoke with him this week, and they're saying that he ran out the back door. He says that is not the case. They took questions for over an hour, and yes, they screamed, shame, shame, how dare you, and all this other stuff. Why would you do these?
I don't know, but it breaks my heart that we can't do town halls anymore. I love town halls. I love the fact that we have elected leaders and anyone can go and ask them questions. We were talking about this before the show, like Mo Brooks used to walk into these things. And one of the first ones I saw for him was about constitutional reform. And guess who goes to those sort of forums? People who are very much in favor of constitutional reform. Right. But when Mo was done, at least half the room was back on his side. But it was an exchange of thoughts, of questions, of talking to your elected leaders. And it is absolutely heartbreaking that we can't do this now. And you're saying Barry Moore shouldn't have done it. I admire him for doing so.
Oh, sure. It's admirable.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you run into fire, that's a completely admirable thing to do. But Parker Griffith used to hold these town halls, and he and I had an interesting past. And I would go to these town halls and I would ask him questions. This is where like famous things are said. If you just ask questions, you can get things said. Parker Griffith said that Nancy Pelosi was going to build a mental hospital and maybe she needed to be in it. Like he would also say things.
He said a lot of good things.
He screamed at me and called me an entertainer because I sell used cars. I mean,
legendary,
legendary.
Yeah,
all sorts of stuff.
No, son, you're an entertainer.
Entertainer, son.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But the point is, if you would just go and ask questions and not be screaming,
it's so
you
good.
Get some good
you
stuff.
You get so much good information from these things. Let's go back to that, everyone.
Nah, I'll go scream at him instead. No. All right, let's talk about this next thing. This is a very important story, probably the top story of the week. Mecca Music, Bridesmaid. For Taylor Swift, apparently. This is a thing that is happening, and I'm very excited about this. Everyone is very excited about this. There have been all sorts of cancellations. There are classes being canceled. People are being let off work because of this. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, they are engaged, and Mecca's like, put this on the list. I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, it's a very important topic. You have to put it on the list. So Mecca, you've spent money. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I've spent money too when my wife went to see Taylor Swift.
Okay, now let's stop right here. I'm not a bridesmaid in the wedding. And before the show, Dale and I got in a fight, as we often do, about the topics. And I wanted the last topic to be about college football, but Dale insisted on Taylor Swift. Continue, Dale.
Who do you think would have a better answer about Taylor Swift?
What does that mean?
Katie, I'm going to ask you.
I thought you were asking.
Katie Britt or Tommy Tuberville? if they ask, what do you think about the proposal?
Or are we talking about entertainment-wise?
I just think better
Tuberville,
answer.
always.
Better answer. Yeah, Tuberville.
Yeah, I mean, for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the question? What are you looking for in the answer?
Tuberville's would criticize him for doing it right before football season.
Of course.
He should be focusing on football. Katie Britt would give you a very nice and sweet answer. But the best thing that happened was Donald Trump being asked about it randomly inside a cabinet meeting. Yeah, he did like a 3-hour cabinet meeting. They were carrying, like, the news networks were cutting in and out. And somebody stands up and says, probably the biggest news happening in pop culture today, I forget the exact phrasing, but they asked him about the engagement, and he said, she's a very nice person. I hope they'll be very happy. He gave the greatest
That's so nice.
He gave the most non-Donald Trump answer in the world. Like, Donald Trump, like, you would think.
Yo, he's been nicer lately.
I know, but if you got him in a weird moment, maybe that's the weird moment. But if you got him in another moment, he probably, like, they'll be divorced within 6 months or something like that. But he was very, very nice. All right, Mecca.
Yeah.
Can you get me into the wedding?
I am not in the wedding. There's no way you're getting invited to the wedding. I just want you to know that. But absolutely, best wishes to the happy couple. I mean, love is always something to be celebrated.
What do you get them for their wedding?
Oh, gosh.
Like, what would you get them?
Oh, a homemade art. That's what every fan should send. Homemade. You should. Oh, I think I might have seen some.
What if I make some homemade art of me and Taylor Swift hugging?
Okay.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
But I make it out of macaroni.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No. All right. There we go. Thank you very much. Serious stuff when we come back. Derek Chin, he's running for state auditor. We'll talk with him next right here on Alabama Politics This Week.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills with turning to 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia, and this is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bedbugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics This Week. I'm Dale Jackson. This is Mecca Music.
And with us this week, we have candidate for State Auditor Derek Chin. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you all so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Now, you've been active in the state Republican Party and Republican Party for many years now. What led to your decision to run for state office?
Yeah, so if you all don't mind, let me go through my background, my personal background real quick, if that's okay.
Sure.
So I was actually born and raised in Southern California. My parents legally immigrated to this country from Taiwan, and they lived in Southern California, and that's where I was born and raised. But very fortunately for me, I was able to escape the Socialist Republic of California for the free state of Alabama. Now I'm a proud resident of Alabama. I moved here to go to law school at the Cumberland School of Law, and I also have my MBA from the University of Alabama. The state auditor's office became an open seat, and I figured with my law and business background, I'd be able to do an effective job in that role.
Fantastic.
So she mentioned you've been involved in Republican politics for a while. The last two people to hold this position, State Auditor Andrew Sorrell and Jim Ziegler, have both utilized that opportunity to basically advocate for things that you might say are outside of the scope of the State Auditor's office, which, if I understand correctly, they count desks. That's about the gist of what they do. They maintain the state's or count the state's property and keep track of it, and things like this. Do you envision that as your role is to do more things than just the state auditor's roles?
No, sir. I envision my role as count desks and count the desks very diligently with competence and skill.
That's it. That's the only thing you're going to do. You're not going to do anything else. All right. Well. The people who vote in these elections, the one thing that people say is like, what does the state auditor do? And I jokingly, of course, say that they count desks and other things, but they manage the state's property and they keep track of it and they do all this stuff. Your background says you'd be pretty good at that, right? Like that's the argument that you'd be good at. What, other than it being open, what attracted you to this position? Yeah, so the state auditor actually has a couple other functions, one of which is a very important but often overlooked function, and that is the appointment of registrars in 66 of the 67 counties. The one county where the state auditor does not get a registrar appointment is actually my home county of Jefferson. And that's because of a quirk in the Alabama code that provides that the state auditor or the county appoints their own registrars through their own process. But in all other counties in our state, the state auditor appoints a registrar. And those are really important positions because the registrars are the only folks in the state of Alabama that have the authority to add or remove anybody from the voter rolls. So oftentimes folks think that the Secretary of State's office is the ones that are adding people to the voter rolls or removing folks from the voter rolls, but it's actually the registrars that are in charge of doing that. And so it's really important to me that we get competent and qualified folks in those positions that understand the importance of election integrity, that understand the importance of election security, and understand that only eligible U.S. citizens who are residents of the state of Alabama should ever be allowed to vote in Alabama's elections. So Alabama has had some voting issues in the past. I think we would say that. Wes Allen, the Secretary of State right now, and John Merrill, the previous Secretary of State, both were very aggressive in dealing with some of this. And you point out the registrar's part. Do you ask the Secretary of State? Do you ask Wes Allen? Do you ask John Merrill who they like? How do you come up with someone in all 67 states or counties? A big part of that is you have to defer to local officials, local folks in those counties that you trust. For example, the probate judges, the circuit clerks, local county commissioners, local legislators, and it's important to get competent and qualified folks, and oftentimes you have to rely on recommendation as part of the vetting process, but it's also important for me to personally vet as well.
Now, earlier we were talking about municipal elections and how exciting and important it is to participate. Did you vote in this week's municipal election? I sure did, Mecca, and a big part of the reason why I always like to vote is I like getting that really cool looking I voted sticker that I can wear around all day. Absolutely. Were there any races that surprised you? No. Either on the state? No, you knew then. You knew exactly what was going to happen. Exactly. I knew the results before it even happened.
So the governor-elect, Tommy Tuberville, he is. And who's running against him? No, it doesn't matter. The governor-elect, Tommy Tuberville, he's very outspoken. And I know you said earlier you're just going to focus on that part of the job. But like you said, you've been involved in Alabama Republican politics for a while. Do you feel like the background you've built there is going to help you across? You got to go across 67 counties. So have you built a bunch of relationships within the Republican Party?
Absolutely, and I've gotten to know so many great folks that are active with the GOP across our state over several years. Been very privileged to be able to build relationships with those folks, and I think it's really important that as a statewide elected official that you go into all the communities that you represent across our state, and I'm committed to doing so if the people elect me as their next state auditor.
And the most important questions you're going to get this entire campaign is going to come right now. Should Cracker Barrel have kept their logo? I'm going to work it in some way. Should Cracker Barrel have kept their logo, the original one? Should they have kept it with the new one? Did they cave? Is there going to be a left-wing backlash over this?
No comment.
No, that's a terrible answer. With no comment, I'm just going to assume that you were involved in the changing of the logo.
I think it could be cleaned up a little. I think it needs to be cleaned up a little. It's too busy for a logo. There's one floating around, it's not the official one, where they incorporated a barrel as the outline.
That's the official one.
No. It looks good, but that's not the official one.
It has a cracker.
No.
It has a barrel. That's all you need. Uncle Herschel's there. He was there, and he needed to stay. And the idea that they took him off, I didn't understand why people got upset about this.
Well, neither one offends me, but I do think it's a little busy.
Imagine being offended by the thing. I think really you're missing the boat here. This is a great conversation you need to get in on. But the simple fact is, people dislike change just for change's sake, especially when it's bad.
Okay.
And that's basically what it is. They made it like just a generic place as opposed to the kitschy place. Since you refuse to answer that question, I'm gonna ask you this. You know the little game they play at the Cracker Barrel with the teas?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever won?
I don't even know
what that is. Oh my God, this
is.
guy's finished. He's done.
No.
I always see it there, but I never know how to play that.
It's a great game. It's the best. It's like the best thing to do.
I figured it's like a version of checkers or something.
Yeah, well, let's go check that out after this. All right, thank you very much.
We're going to Cracker Barrel after this.
There we go. Derek Chen, thank you very much. He's a candidate for state auditor. We appreciate you coming here and talking with us. I'll be back for the party shot. Becca's leaving. The show will get so much better. Stay tuned.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because it's something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics This Week. I am Dale Jackson. Thank you very much for being here. Before we jump into the parting shot, let me tell you, head on over to yellowhammernews.com. Sign up for my email blast, the 7 things you should be talking about today, and you will get just that, 7 things every single day that you should be talking about. That's yellowhammernews.com. Right now, though, let's get to the parting shot. My parting shot this week is directed at every member of Congress, both in the House and the United States Senate in the state of Alabama. Guys, look, we're going to hear a lot of do somethings from a lot of people. Why won't you do something about this in response to the shooting that took place in Minnesota at that Catholic school mass? An absolute tragedy and an outrage. And when someone asks you what we should do, they should at least have something to offer. If they're talking about gun control and things like that, it's going to be very hard to get that passed, and it's probably not going to stand up against the Second Amendment. You may not like that, but that's a reality. Mental health, that's an issue as well. But I have something you could do. And there were some words by this particular shooter that I think rang very true. He said, I wish I had not brainwashed myself. Well, he didn't brainwash himself. He was brainwashed by others, including his mother. That's the real issue here. And if you want to stop this, you should make it very clear, and you should push Donald Trump, or you should pass this yourself in Congress, a law or an executive order that says not a single dollar will go towards transitioning an adult or child in this country. Even if you're over 18, we need to stop this right now. It is a mental illness. We know it's a mental illness. It's the only mental illness that we try to affirm and fix in this way by leaning into it. It is not the right thing to do. It is proven to fail over and over and over again. These people never feel whole by leaning into it. The gender-affirming care has to stop, and the federal government should not put a single dollar into it. They should not change sexes on IDs or passports or anywhere else. Stop it. It needs to start from the federal government and work its way down into the states. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching Alabama Politics This Week. We'll talk to you soon.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good, and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills with turning to 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
Just have to reach out for help.